Carla, one fear many will have heading into difficult economic times is that schemes such as the LEADER funding programme would be abandoned, suspended or reduced in value. And I know that the Minister is aware that the LEADER programme is a vital tool for which allows many organisations in rural Ireland to develop. So what I'd ask, Minister, is the status of the LEADER funding programme and if there are plans to run this programme or have it extended to 2021 and beyond.
Minister.
Please.
And thank you, Deputy, for raising this matter with me. The current 2014-2020 LEADER programme will come to an end this year. Under the 7-year programme, 168.7 million was allocated to the local action groups who deliver the programme at a local level for project approvals up to the 31st of December 2020, so they can approve up until that date. As of the 1st of November, 3,530 projects with a value of over 139 million have been approved for LEADER funding by the LAGs. A further 341 projects requesting over 21 million in funding are at various stages in the approval process. Proposals for a successor LEADER programme at EU level are intrinsically linked to the Common Agriculture Policy, which co-funds the LEADER programme. Proposals for the post-2020 CAP were launched in June of 2018 by the European Commission. However, given the lengthy nature of discussions of the CAP on the wider EU budget at EU level, there has been a delay in adopting these proposals. This means that the next LEADER programme will not commence until January 2022 at the earliest. The programme for government includes a commitment to prioritise a state-led programme to bridge the gap between the current LEADER programme and the next EU programme. The objective of this commitment is to allow local-led rural development projects to be delivered under a transitional programme until the new EU programme commences. An extra €4 million has been provided for LEADER in Budget 2021 to bring the total allocation for next year up to €44 million. This allocation will be used to fund a combination of existing projects as they come to completion, for new projects to be approved under the transitional programme and to support the administration costs of the LAGs in closing out the existing programme and delivering the transitional programme. It's important to recognise that LEADER is a multi-annual programme and that payments in respect of projects which are approved in any given year are generally not drawn down until subsequent years, as in when they are completed. In this context, costs related to projects under the transitional programme are also likely to be met from the provision in my department's vote in 2022 and 2023, and I hope to be in a position shortly to announce the details of the transitional programme.
Delighted to hear that. But just so, LEADER was a French acronym, and when it's translated it means links between actions for the development of rural economy. An initiative to support rural development and projects initiated at local level in order to revitalise rural areas and create jobs. I understand that the LEADER programme is co-funded by the EU and under the CAP, but it has benefited Wexford to the tune of €10 million, Minister, over the 2014 to 2020 period, and that is greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'm not so sure that we can do without it in this torrid time and what's to come. In the current climate, Count Carla, many enterprises in rural communities will end up closed permanently. But job creation and enterprise development will be more crucial than ever before. And I just ask you to take that on board, Minister, and if I would like further clarification in relation to the transition period, but obviously you might write to me, you've just said that. So if there's, in relation to some of the funding that's ongoing, can you tell me when that will be decided, or some of the programmes that are in train? Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. Well, I think the important thing to say, first of all, is that there will be a transition programme, but there are a lot of projects out there at the minute. So the LEADER companies are going to be very busy over the next year or year and a half in terms of finishing off the projects. Now, they have until the end of this year to make the further announcements, and when I look at the figures here, there's 3,500 projects approved to a value of 139 million. There's a further 341 projects requesting over 21 million in funding, and they're at various stages in the approval process. And there's still some more projects to be announced yet, because they have until the end of the year to announce them, but then they have until for another year and a half to make sure these projects get the funding, to work with the promoters, and to make sure that they are delivered in terms of what they're trying to achieve on those projects. So there's a lot of work to be done for the leader companies in the next year and a half. And on top of that, I have committed to providing a transition programme as well, so they'll be able to. But I'm working on those details, and I'll have it in a short time. But there's no particular panic at the minute, to be honest with you, because they've a fair bit on their plates. When I look at, for example, and I know I'm very conscious of the good work they do, but having said that, in Wexford they have projects, their budget is £7.5 million. They have approved 5 projects, 153 projects approved to date, worth £5.9 million, and they've only spent over £2.7 million is being paid out in respect of completed works. Okay. So there's a good bit of work there to be done, so they'll be kept busy.
They will be kept busy, and I think that's where I'm coming from, because we have 2 well-known food businesses in Wexford that were helped through Leader to the tune of about £250,000, and that would be Kelly's Bakery in Wexford Town, now a household brand, and in New Ross we have Wexford Home Preserves, and I think in the climate of Brexit that is about to be upon us, these companies need as much help as possible to be able to market their product for the future. But just to clarify, Minister, the transition funding, is that 4 million? Is that what you said? I'm just clarifying. No.
No, I got an extra 4 million in my baseline. The budget for 2020 for Leader was 40 million. There's an extra 4 million in the baseline for next year, so there's a total of 44 million available next year to fund existing projects and also to develop a transition programme.
That's good. Thank you.
Deputy Cath.